A couple of you have asked me to go through one of the Spheres 1 questions from the book, 9i question 7, and then the exam questions. So I'm going to do that on this video. So 9i question 7, a sphere with radius 5 has the same volume as a cone with base radius of 8. So they have equal volume. Calculate the height of the cone. Calculate that height. On your exam, you're going to be given the formulae in the relevant questions. So the starting point, like all maths questions, is write down what we're going to use. So the volume of a sphere, which will be given to you on the exam, I think, and the volume of a cone, which is a third base area, so the area of a circle, times the height. And what do we know? We know in this case that those two things are equal. So write down the formulae, substitute what we know in. So 4/3 pi times 5 cubed, r cubed, is equal to 1/3 pi r squared times the height. Right, what can you do at this point? Pi appears on both sides as a factor, cancel it. Third appears on both sides as a factor. So what are we left with? We're left with 4 multiplied by 5 cubed is 125 is equal to 1 times 8 squared times the height. 4 lots of 120. No, let's really show off. Divide by 4. Okay, so I'm going to get that the height is 125 divided by 16. So the height is 125 divided by 16, 7.8 centimeters. Okay, so that's 9i question 7. The other one I wanted to do was the pair of exam questions, which are these two. Going short of paper now, so I'm just going to put my page underneath to the Sharpie's going through to the clean paper. Right, so we've got 2 exam questions, which were these two. The volume of this cylinder is equal to this sphere. Express h in terms of x. Well, the starting point is the relevant formulae. So for a cylinder, we've got that the volume is, so for a cylinder, volume is pi r squared times h, because it's a prism. Base times height. For the sphere, volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. That formula will be given to you if you need to use it on the exam. This one for a prism you need to know. So what do we know? The volumes are equal, so let's put them equal, substituting what we know. So therefore, pi times r squared, 2x squared, multiplied by the unknown height, which we want in the answer, we want h in the answer, is equal to 4/3 times pi times 3x cubed. What should we start by doing? Let's start by getting rid of anything we can cancel. Pi cancels from both sides. So now I'm just going to expand carefully. I've got 2x squared. 2 squared is 4. X squared times h is equal to 4/3. Oh, could have cancelled the, oh, I will cancel the 4. Didn't have a 4 before, I'm going to cancel that. 3 cubed is 27. X cubed. And what do I want at the end? I want h in terms of x. If you weren't sure what that means in terms of an answer, what it means is I want h equal to something involving x is where I'm going with the answer. So what can we do? I'm going to cancel 4 or divide by 4 on both sides. X squared and x cubed. So I can divide by 4. I can also divide by x squared. If I divide by 4 and by x squared, I'm just going to leave h. And on this side, I'm going to be left with a third of 27. X cubed divided by x squared is x. H is 9x is the answer for that one. And then we've got this one. They just wanted the total volume of this shape, which is a cylinder. Volume of the cylinder is cross-sectional area times height. That's a hemisphere, so that 3 meters is that 3 meters is that 3 meters, 3 meters the radius. Volume of a hemisphere is the volume of a sphere halved. So what do we know? The total volume here is, the total volume is going to be pi r squared h, pi times 3 squared times 30 plus half times 4/3 times pi times 3 cubed. And that's going to be, if we work all that out, so we've got, let's just type it all into the calculator, shall we? No need for being that clever now. So pi, shift pi, I will do 9 times 9 times 30 multiplied by 0.5 times 4/3 times pi times 3 cubed. 47966. Which doesn't match anything to do with that answer on the PowerPoint, but I didn't write the PowerPoint, so I'm not worried about that. Let's just double check. That would be 9 times 30 on its own, which would have been 9 times 30 is 270 times another. Yeah, I mean, that's just a far bigger number. Let's just check. Oh, now I'm going to zoom in here and see if you can see my mistake. There was me saying there was a mistake with the question. What's that horrible little thing there? Is that a multiplying sign? So let's go back through that, delete that, change that to a plus. 288 pi, which is 905, which makes much more sense. So 288 pi, which is 905. So you see what I did there? I had a horribly big answer, so I started checking here. 30 times 9 is only 270, times by 3 is only 800. I couldn't see I was getting to that, so I tried to convince myself I couldn't. Check you're working on the calculator, correct it, because we all make mistakes. Radius of the sphere of the volume is 500 meters cubed, so the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. That has to be equal to 500. If we rearrange that, multiply by the 3, divide by the 4, divide by the pi. So then let's do this one more carefully, shall we? Shall we do this one properly? So 500 times 3 all over 4 pi equals 119. R is the cube root of that. And the cube root of that, so shift cube root, which is that button there, and I'm going to use the answer, 4.9. One significant figure, no more than 2 significant figures. So even though that's got a full calculator display, let's just do 2 significant figures here. Okay, hope that's helped. Shall I just center that up so it's all on the page if you want to screenshot it? And then on Wednesday we'll have whatever comes next. Cheers.